Yo, what's going on, guys? Best here. Welcome back to another video on my channel. Today we're ranking every single DLC gun added to Modern Warfare. So these are pretty much any weapons that were added to the game post-launch, ever since the launch of the game. And there's about 9 of them. So in today's video, I'm just going to be ranking every single one of them from worst to best. And keep in mind, this video is completely my opinion. I'd love to hear y'all's in the comment section. And I know I have some controversial picks in here as far as placements go. But yeah, just let me know your thoughts on everything, at least in this video. And skip to the timestamp right here on screen if you want to get into the actual list. Right now, I'm just going to talk about sort of my stats on my channel and just give y'all an update of what's going on. So what I'm trying to talk about right now is basically the variety of content I've posted on my channel. So if you've been subscribed for a while, you know that I've been posting a lot of different videos, all Call of Duty Modern Warfare. Just going from Warzone to a short film I made the other week to now multiplayer ranked list. So I'm basically just testing everything that I enjoy doing. So I'm just kind of seeing, where I fit in the Call of Duty community on YouTube. So it would really mean a lot if you left me a comment saying what you enjoy on my channel, because I'm basically just testing the waters to see what you'll like. But yeah, that's basically all I wanted to talk about. Let's just get into the video. Alright, coming right out the gates with a pretty controversial one. Coming in at number 9 is actually the Striker 45. Now you may be wondering, well, that gun's pretty good, and it's probably better than most other DLC guns, so why would it be number 9? Well, the reason I actually put this in number 9, or the last place, is just the handling of it. It's not a bad gun, it just doesn't really compare to any of the other, SMGs in the game. Something like the MP5 or the AUG. Just in its weapon category, it's just very mediocre. It doesn't exceed in certain things, maybe range, but besides that, it's just not very good, in my opinion. And once again, if you have any thoughts on this, leave a comment. But it just ranks below any of the others for me. And keep in mind during this list, it's not all just like how good the gun is. It's also just like my personal, preference towards my playstyle and everything. So yeah, Striker 45 just feels a little clunky. I don't know if that's just me, but every single time I use it, it maybe just be like the fire rate, but it just feels so weird handling it. Like with the slow fire rate and like it being so quick, because it's an SMG. It just, I don't know. I'm not a fan of it, honestly, which is why it comes in at number 9. Okay, so coming in the number 8 spot is the VLK Rogue. So the gameplay you're watching in the background is basically my only good clip I have with it. This gun is good on shipment, shoot house, and nothing else. I say it's better than the Striker 45 because I seem to do a bit better with it. Maybe that's just how I'm playing on shipment, but this gun will dominate on small maps. Anything else, it's terrible. Striker is kind of, middle grounds, pretty mediocre, but this thing will dominate on something like shipment and just be terrible on any other map. So all those cons put into one just drops this thing down to the number 8 spot. So with number 7 we have the Crossbow, which I know a lot of y'all probably thought would be at the very bottom of the list, but I decided to give it a chance and put it at number 7. Just barely beating out, again, the Striker and VLK Rogue. Because, honestly, I think this gun is underrated. I love this thing. It's really good handling. It's a lot more fun than I remember. Because when I first unlocked it, I remember it was just not very fun to use. It was very hard to use. But ever since I've just been started playing with it again, I've just loved every single game I've gone into. If you haven't used a Crossbow in a while, or if you're thinking about unlocking it but are just on the fence about it, I seriously do recommend either getting back to it or unlocking it, because you might just find some enjoyment you otherwise didn't think you'd get. Alright, coming in at number 6, another controversial pick, the Renetti. So I will say this for the Renetti, I think it is the best secondary in the game, right around there with the snake shots. This thing's time to kill is incredible, and I'm basing pretty much all of this off its 3-round burst, barrel, because that thing just lets this dominate the battlefield almost in any game. Honestly, not that bad of a gun. It just kind of falls right between really, really good and decent. So I decided to put it at number 6 because I just thought that's where it was good at. And I mean, I can't judge it too harshly. It is only a handgun. And coming in at number 5, we have the Holger 26 LMG. So in the gameplay you're watching here, I'm actually using the quote-unquote assault rifle variation of this gun, which is named G36C. But it's basically just a 30-round magazine, shorter barrel, you know, all that stuff. This gun, I like to think of it as like, it's a good gun, don't get me wrong. It just doesn't exceed in certain parts. It's not like something like the Striker 45, where it's only good at range and nothing else. It just has like a little bit of everything, you know. Pretty good time to kill, pretty good range. There's nothing wrong with the gun. I really like the iron sights. It's just all around, you know, it's a good weapon. So that's why it comes at number 5. Alright, so coming in at number 4, we have the SKS Marksman Rifle. So this gun, my friends love this thing. About 90% of them like use it constantly, and I'm a fan of it too. It's basically a 2-shot kill from the torso up and can cover long ranges really, really well. The interesting part about this gun though is this may just be me, but I'll find myself doing really good with it in one game and dropping like a 3 KD, but then in a game like this, I'm just really bad. And of course this could all just be me, but it's a pretty inconsistent gun in my opinion. But when you can like get into a good game, good play style going, this thing can just dominate. And that basically is why I put this at number 4, so high on the list. It's just a good gun in general. And this is a smaller detail, but I seem to really like the DLC gun's iron sights. This is just me, but almost all the DLC guns I've mentioned, I don't know if I've said this for all of them, but I'm a fan of their iron sights. The Renetti, like I'm holding in this clip right here, pretty good iron sights. SKS, good iron sights, and of course the Holger I already mentioned, I really like the iron sights on. Small detail, but yeah, that's the SKS coming at number 4. Alright, getting into the top 3 here, we have number 3, the Ram 7. Now, this one is pretty interesting. It's a really, really good assault rifle. The top 3, I had a lot of trouble ranking these because all of them are like neck and neck when it comes to like how good they are and how much I enjoy using them, because all 3 of these are just great guns, and Ram 7 is of course included in that. This thing is up there with like the M4. The time to kill is insane, the fire rate is insane. I do like the bullpup style of magazine, which is like in the back of the gun. I don't know, I just like the reload animation. It's just an all-around good gun. And sorry for the gameplay on Hackney Yard again. I just kept getting into like the same games or same maps more or less. But I love this gun. And keep in mind again that the top 3 guns are like neck and neck with each other. Sadly, the Ram 7 just came 3rd out of those. And here we are with number 2 with the Bruen Mk9. Now, I'd like to really illustrate that the top 3 guns are like neck and neck. This thing took me, like no joke, 20 minutes to decide where it would be in the top 3, because I just love this thing. The first day, like, I unlocked it, which pretty tedious grind to unlock this thing in the first place. But the day I unlocked it, I just maxed it out immediately. This thing is just so much fun to use, and it's really good too. Like in the very beginning of the video, I was using it on shipment, so it's like really good at like close range with its like, you know, time to kill along with its magazine capacity. And it's also good on a map like Arklov Peak in the gameplay because it's really good at long ranges too. I would 100% say this is the best LMG in the game, and you can of course unlock the 60-round magazine for it too, and it basically makes it into like the Tiger Shark from BO4. But this thing is just a beast, and I love it. It's one of my favorite guns in the game. It was just so hard putting it at number 2, but of course I had a reason for that, because the number 1 gun is pretty good, and I'd say the best DLC gun in the game. Arguably one of the best guns in the game. So yeah, this is time we've all been waiting for. Time to get in number 1 place for the best DLC gun in Call of Duty Modern Warfare. And here we are at number 1 with the Grau 556. Now, Like I've already said a million times before, the top three guns on this list were like neck and neck, and this thing just prevailed over the others. This thing is amazing. I'd say one of the best guns in the game, honestly. I again maxed this thing out like the day I got it, like the Bruen Mk9, but these things are like crazy close. Like I was debating putting the Bruen Mk9 number one, but after using the Grau bit, it just had to be. Fire rate, amazing. Recoil control, amazing. Just everything about the gun is perfect. The barrels change the iron sights, and like I already said, DLC iron sights are really, really good. So that's always nice. And I just love this gun, man. It's so good. And there you have it. Every single DLC gun in Modern Warfare, at least where the game is right now, about mid season 3, ranked. So if you enjoyed the video, of course, leave a like, and if you're a fan of my content, go ahead and hit the subscribe button too, so you'll be notified of when I upload new videos. And like I've already said a million times before, leave me a comment saying what type of content you want to see, what you like from my channel, because I'm basically just experimenting with everything, and I enjoy doing it all. So just leave me a comment, it would really mean a lot, and yeah, until next time, peace.